Three powerful men laughed as they refused to pay a young waitress. They thought money made them untouchable, but they never noticed the silent man standing behind them. The man who owned everything. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to Black Inside USA, where real-life inspired stories reveal the power of dignity, justice, and silent strength. The restaurant glowed with warm golden light, the kind meant to make people feel important the moment they walked in. Crystal glasses chimed softly, polished floors reflected expensive shoes, conversations floated in quiet confidence. For Amara Lewis, it was just another shift. She adjusted her apron, smoothed her white shirt, and took a slow breath. This job paid the rent. It paid her mother's medicine. It paid for hope, one careful dollar at a time. Amara had learned something early in life. You don't need to be loud to be strong. She moved gracefully from table to table, her smile steady, her voice calm. Customers often assumed she didn't belong in a place like this. She noticed the glances. She ignored them, until table 7 walked in. The men WHO owned the room. 3 men took their seats like they owned the building. Their suits were sharp, their laughter louder than necessary, their confidence heavy, like it expected obedience. They ordered without looking at the menu. They spoke without looking at Amara. "Bring the best you have," one of them said casually, "and make it fast." Amara nodded politely. "Of course, sir." As she walked away, she heard laughter behind her. "She looks nervous," one said. "Probably never served people like us before," another replied. Amara felt it, but she didn't flinch. She had served worse, and she had survived worse. Silent observer. Across the room, a man in a dark jacket stood quietly near the window. Daniel Crow. To the staff, he was just another well-dressed guest. To the city, he was invisible. To the business world, he was legendary. Daniel didn't announce himself. He never had. He believed the truth of a place was revealed when no one knew who was watching. Tonight, he was watching Amara. He noticed how she carried herself, how she remained calm under pressure, how she treated everyone with respect, even those who didn't return it. His eyes narrowed slightly when he heard the laughter from table 7. The bill. The dinner lasted over 2 hours. The men ordered the most expensive items on the menu. Rare drinks, premium desserts, special requests. Amara fulfilled every one. When the final plate was cleared, she returned with the receipt, hands steady, heart calm. "Here you are, gentlemen." One man glanced at it and burst into laughter. "You expect us to pay this?" he said loudly. Another leaned back. "This must be a mistake." Amara blinked. "Sir, that's the total for." "No," he interrupted, "that's your mistake." People nearby began to listen. Public humiliation. The men spoke louder now. "She probably added extra charges. Or doesn't understand numbers. Call your manager." Amara felt the heat rise in her chest, but she stayed calm. "I can bring the manager if you'd like," she said softly. One man smirked. "Do that." Whisper spread across the room. A waitress standing alone, 3 powerful men, a moment tilting toward cruelty. Daniel took a step closer. The manager arrives. The floor manager arrived, nervous and apologetic. The men spoke over him, dismissive, confident. "We're not paying," one said flatly. "Handle it." The manager glanced at Amara. She stood straight. "I followed procedure," she said quietly. The room felt tight, uncomfortable. That's when Daniel spoke. The voice from behind. "Is there a problem here?" The men turned slowly. Daniel's voice wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. The manager froze. "Sir," the manager said carefully, "I didn't realize you were." Daniel raised a hand gently. "I asked a question," the men scoffed. "And you are?" one asked. Daniel smiled slightly. "The owner." Silence. Power shifts. The color drained from their faces. The laughter vanished. Daniel looked at the receipt, then at Amara. "She did her job," he said, "and she did it well." He turned back to the men. "You will pay your bill. You will apologize. And you will leave. No shouting, no threats. Just truth. Dignity restored." The men paid in silence. One muttered an apology without looking at Amara. Daniel waited until they were gone. Then he turned to her. "Thank you," he said, "for keeping your dignity." Amara swallowed. "Thank you for believing me." He smiled. Belief is easy when truth is standing in front of you. A life-changing offer. The next morning, Amara received a call. Daniel offered her a scholarship, a leadership program, a future beyond survival. "Talent deserves opportunity," he said. Amara cried, not from pain, but release. Months later, Amara stood in the same restaurant, this time as a supervisor. She greeted new staff with kindness. She protected them, she remembered, because real wealth isn't money. It's how you treat people when you think no one important is watching. If this story moved you, subscribe to Black Inside USA, where respect, resilience, and real humanity always rise above pride.